Pop Smoke murder conspiracy theories.
My name was actually Papa. Let me stop it. I'm Panamanian. So my grandma called me Papa, like, you know what I'm saying, since a kid.
Brooklyn rapper Pop Smoke has recently passed away in what police believe was a planned hit or robbery which took place in his Hollywood Hills home. This news has taken the world by surprise, as the rapper was only 20 years old and barely starting his career. The rapper was spending time in Los Angeles before starting his album tour. He typically has plenty of security by his side when he's home in Brooklyn. Yet Pop Smoke didn't see the need for the same level of security while spending time on West Coast, as he had no known enemies in California. Some sources believe Pop Smoke was being followed from his hometown, and after he has accidentally exposed his location on social media, these enemies or assailants rushed in and ended the young rapper's life. This was a huge tragedy. Pop Smoke is one of the biggest artists to come out of New York, and the world is extremely saddened by his death. His career was extremely promising. After only rapping for about 2 years, many people say he sounds like a modern-day 50 Cent, as he is obviously influenced by the veteran rapper. 50 Cent and many other celebrities have spoken out about this tragedy and are mourning the death of the young Brooklyn rapper. At first, police believed that Pop Smoke was shot in a home robbery. They knew early on that suspects had found Pop Smoke's location via his Instagram post, but the motive behind his death is still yet to be determined. There are plenty of different theories around why people believe Pop Smoke's life was taken. Some of them are a bit out there, and others are theories that come from investigators. Today, we are going to dissect the different conspiracies around Pop Smoke's murder. Stay tuned as we cover the latest details behind this tragedy and discuss the information on his recent studio sessions. Be sure to leave a like and comment. You cannot say pop and forget the smoke in the comments below. Now, let's continue. So here's what we know about the incident that took place. Police say that the homicide occurred at 4:29 a.m. Wednesday morning on the 2000 block of Hercules Drive in Hollywood Hills, California. Multiple suspects with masks reportedly invaded the $2.5 million home and shot Pop Smoke, which later led to his passing. He was transported to the nearest hospital where he was pronounced dead. When this terrible news first dropped, news sources were labeling it as a robbery since the suspects were armed and since there weren't any other motives. That seemed realistic. Robbery Homicide Division Captain Jonathan Tippett stated, "I am not comfortable calling it a robbery right now. There is a lot of information available. We have some work to do." He also said, "We are not ruling out a robbery, but that doesn't appear based on the evidence to be the motive." Law enforcement has been working extensively to figure out why anyone would have wanted to rob the young rapper of his life. He was extremely favored by his community and by millions of fans worldwide. Pop Smoke is known to have some gang relations, but police don't think that took a play in this tragedy. Captain Tippett commented, "We're not calling this some type of gang feud at this time. There's no immediate indications the suspects were involved with the gang. It is unknown." Police are trying to check all possible angles to discover the motive behind his death. The Los Angeles coroner confirmed that Pop Smoke passed away from the gunshot wounds to his torso. The surveillance video showed 4 masked suspects that entered into the crib. They were in there for a short time and only shot 1 individual in the house. Police received a call that there was an armed home invasion down at Pop Smoke's rented home. They arrived at the Hollywood Hills home 6 minutes after the call, but sadly, they were too late. The suspects had quickly fled the scene after firing off at the 20-year-old Brooklyn native. They are still yet to be found. Investigators have interviewed everyone that was staying at the house, and they are confused about why Bashar Barack Jackson, aka Pop Smoke, was the only person injured in the home invasion. This is why they believe it may have been some type of premeditated or targeted hit, which also would explain how the suspects were in and out so quickly. No main items or jewelry pieces were reported missing or stolen, which is why police haven't ruled it out to be a robbery. Pop Smoke is known to have some type of enemies, though. It has gotten to the point where police have even shut his shows down before and prevented him from performing. This happened recently, just before his passing. He was scheduled to perform at the King's Theater in Brooklyn when he says cops stopped him from performing. He posted on Instagram to update his fans on why the show was stopped. He wrote, "I apologize to all my fans that went to King's Theater today to see me. Unfortunately, NYPD wouldn't let me perform once again, but don't worry, I'ma make it up." This was ultimately for his own safety. Although New York went crazy for Pop, Police also knew that he had danger, and there could have been rival members within the crowd, so they didn't want to risk anyone's safety and had to shut the show down. Sadly, due to the tragedy that had taken place, he would not be able to return and perform again, which left New Yorkers further heartbroken. The Los Angeles Times spoke about the rapper and wrote, "Pop Smoke's brief life in Brooklyn was troubled from the start. He claimed in interviews that he had been expelled from middle school for bringing a gun to campus. Even after his rise, his rough past caught up with him. What could have been a triumphant hometown set at New York's Rolling Loud Festival last year was derailed when the New York Police Department requested that he and 4 other local rappers be pulled from the bill, citing public safety concerns. It does appear that NYPD and Pop's crew knew that he was at some kind of risk. The New York Times also confirmed this by writing, "On the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway, he and his crew engaged in what can only be described as defensive driving formations, rotating order, intermittently speeding up and slowing down, blocking other cars from their path. It was the type of behavior exhibited by those who are mindful that something unexpectedly awful could happen at any moment." So it appears when Pop was in Brooklyn, he not only had beefed up security, but he also moved very carefully so that he wasn't pulled up on during a stop sign or red light. We wish he had the same security while his time in Los Angeles, as that could have made the situation a little different. One of the conspiracy theories behind Pop Smoke's death was that it had something to do with the vehicle owner who reported Pop Smoke had stolen his vehicle that he was renting. He was arrested for a short period after he had reported the 2019 Rolls-Royce he was renting out of state. This resulted in him being charged with 1 count of interstate transportation of a stolen vehicle. He allegedly met the owner of the vehicle at a studio in Los Angeles, and they reportedly had an agreement that Pop could use it in his upcoming music video. However, he didn't agree to allow him to take it as long as he did and to the locations that he did. The car was valued at almost $400,000, and it was transported on a flatbed truck from Los Angeles up to New York. The owner wasn't super happy about this, and some sources are claiming that they feel he was involved in this recent shooting. Could this be true? If he was to want to take Pop Smoke's life, do you think he would have turned to the police first as he did? This may just be a conspiracy theory, as it would be pretty risky for him to have any involvement in Pop Smoke getting hurt, especially due to the fact that they were in an active legal battle. Pop Smoke's family told police that they didn't know of Pop Smoke having any enemies in Los Angeles, and he was cleared to perform at the Rolling Loud Festival in LA. He was really enjoying his time on the West Coast before it was cut short. His last few posts included him celebrating with his team and posting pictures in the pool of the Hollywood Hills home that he has been renting with the Los Angeles cityscape in the background. The 20-year-old was finally able to start reaping what he sowed. He just dropped his highly anticipated second mixtape called Meet the Woo 2 in February and was gearing up to go on tour for it. The project included features from Gunna, A Boogie, Quavo, and more. Pop Smoke's music streams have spiked rapidly after his death, which is typical after an artist passes away. However, he did get his first huge spike after his collaboration with Travis Scott. Travis Scott dropped his label's collaborative Jack Boys album and featured Pop Smoke on their song titled Gotti. This was by far one of the hottest and most viral songs on the album, and it has seriously taken off. Travis Scott is one of the biggest music artists out there, and after collaborating with him, Pop Smoke has gained a whole new wave of fans. People loved his deep grime flows and lyrics. He is basically a New York rapper who makes music on UK grime beats and does it well. He's a unique artist that is heavily influenced by previous New York rappers. In an interview, 50 Cent said that Pop Smoke is literally him, just a new version, and continued to say, "I like his style and energy. It's not mine, it's my voice." Like if we actually talk in the same room, you will hear some of the same things like you hear the same tones. That's why I was like, nah, he's not copying me. Pop Smoke had respect for the veteran rapper in the game. He is constantly compared to 50 Cent, and even 50 said he can see the resemblance between the two. 50, along with many others, have spoken out about the tragedy and hope that there is an end put to this type of violence. Nicki Minaj, who is also a New York rapper, was extremely saddened by Pop Smoke's death. Nicki posted a picture of Pop and wrote, "The Bible tells us that jealousy is as cruel as the grave." Unbelievable! Rest in peace, Pop. She actually co-signed the young rapper early on and remixed his breakout track, Welcome to the Party. He had a lot of support from his city, and he deserved every bit of it. We hope people will keep him alive through his music and send our condolences to his friends and family during these hard times. Why do you think the Brooklyn native was killed? Could it have been some type of setup? Or was it just his rival gang tracking him down and getting him while he was vulnerable? Let us know your take on this tragedy in the comments below. Thanks for tuning into Lime Report as we covered the latest info and theories on Pop Smoke's passing. Be sure to check back soon, as we will be covering any new information that may be released on this case. Be sure to hit that like button and comment keywords "You cannot say pop and forget the smoke" in the comments below. We'll see you on the next video.